has kind of seemingly adapted your pose. Do you think Usain Bolt got that from you?
This one, I think he stole it. I think he stole it from me. Of course, I stole it from somebody else, but I stole it from an old bodybuilder named Frank Zane back in the 60s. But, you got to take a little bit from everybody.
Do you have any messages for Usain if he's watching?
Brother, I better never catch you in the same building that I'm in doing my pose. It's all fun.
He could run away, I guess. That would be the thing.
I couldn't catch him. He'd be safe.
Reality shows you spoke about, you obviously did the reality show with your family and things. Do you feel that's been done and dusted now? Would you go back and do any more reality shows? Because obviously we have a lot over here that we have.
Well, I mean, we're talking right now about my restaurant called Hogan's Beach, which is near Tampa Airport. We've had several people approach us already about doing a reality show around the restaurant. And there was a guy named George Steinbrenner that owned the New York Yankees. He used to own the restaurant, and there's a hotel attached to it. And when he passed away, it kind of didn't do well. So I've taken it over with another partner, and it's turned into Hogan's Beach, and it's total chaos. 7 days a week. It's right on the beach. It's Baywatch. It's the restaurant. It's everything in one. It's like Muscle Beach. And we've been approached by several different companies about doing a reality show at Hogan's Beach. And definitely considering it, but I don't want the cameras back in my house. Been there, done that.
Yeah, that must be like.
If I ever do a thing with cameras in the house, I think I'll go to Big Brother and I'll invade their house.
I was going to say, we're on Celebrity Big Brother at the moment. I mean, have you ever been approached for that?
Yes. Every year they call me. And I haven't taken that leap of faith yet. Let's put it that way. I was watching the show the other night, and they've got those two people from America causing all kind of trouble. I can't think of their name. Stuart, Spencer? I don't know.
Spidey.
Yeah, they're causing all kind of dissension, but I should probably get in that house and straighten them out.
Is that what you do?
I don't know. I don't know how I would function with 7 or 8 housemates that are is the same age as my kids. I think I might have to draw a line in the sand,
That's the best thing about that show, is the generation gaps always show.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
About how they spend the day. We also have the other one where they send people to the jungle. I'm a celebrity. It's called Get Me Out of Here. Everyone goes to live in the jungle. I'd imagine you'd be all right in the jungle. You could survive.
Yeah, I've been in this wrestling business 35 years. I survived that. I could probably handle an easy jungle.
Brilliant. And finally, just being in London, you obviously enjoy it. You've got Big Ben right behind you and stuff, so you always enjoy coming over here and seeing us Brits.
Yeah, it's really nice here. It's like a home away from home. I just can't get over how friendly and kind the people are. They have such kind things to say, and everybody's so nice. My wife Jennifer was saying, my gosh, everybody is so nice to us here. It's like, if you get bored with Florida, let's move over here. I could dig it.
Well, like you say, you're always welcome, and we'll
Thank you.
The restaurant and the bar. We'll run that, me and Chris. We could do that. Yeah.
Thank you. I love it. To come back here and walk off the plane and have everybody treat me like I'm still the champion, and they treat me like 25, 30 years ago, like I'm still the man, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
Just sitting here, in the small space. I've done over the years.
Yeah, I get used to the people still coming up and shaking hands and asking for autographs, and they've all got a Hulk Hogan story. I watched you when I was a kid, or you're the greatest wrestler ever, or my kids love you, and thank God it's still happening. It's just really cool.
Is it fun to still be associated and still be able to do those sort of shows? Because the TNA shows are at big arenas over there.
Yeah, I mean, to actually be working still in the wrestling industry and be the general manager, I get to live vicariously through all the young guys because I don't wrestle anymore, but all my young guys go out there and I get to tell them what to do and what to look out for and how to cut corners and make the crowd, scream or boo them. So I get to vicariously be part of the show even though I don't get to go out there and wrestle. The general manager role is perfect for me at this point in my career.
Do you still get a little bit, I wish I could still get in there?
Oh my gosh, I was sitting in the hotel room yesterday and my stomach was really driving me crazy. I was, feeling down on myself. And I said, man, I wish I could wrestle. I wish I could go out in London and Manchester and just tear it down and, you know, just teach these guys how to really make that crowd crazy. And I went, hold on, I had to go look at myself in the mirror and realize I'm not 25 years old anymore. But yeah, I still wish I could go out there.
So when you go to these shows, I imagine, do you still see that?
Yeah, it's like everywhere. I mean, they either have the boas on when I was a bad guy and I was Hollywood Hogan, because I had about an 8-year run where I was the ultimate bad guy and the people loved it, or they'll have the standard red and yellow, the nostalgia Hulkamania colors on. But it's pretty cool.
I want to talk about the guys that you've kind of been mentoring or choosing
right
through the ranks over here, the British guys. Tell us about the three that kind of made it through and will be appearing at these shows.
Well, with the new show British Boot Camp, we were looking for a specific need that we needed to have for our show. We've got all kind of wrestlers, but there was a void that we needed to fill. So, you know, we were thinking, well, where could we go? And it was an easy choice because there's been a history of really good wrestling talent that came from Britain. If you go back way before some of you guys' time, there's been like Big Daddy and Haystacks and Rollerball Rocco and just a ton of great talent. So we decided to come here, and it was basically a contest. It was kind of like X Factor or American Idol. We had hundreds of great wrestling talent show up, and it was hard to get down to the 4 or the 3, the Blossom Twins, Rockstar Spud, and Party Marty. And we get down to the finals. I didn't want to get rid of any of them because they were all as good or better than the wrestling talent we have. So we chose Rockstar Spud because we had to make a choice. And the rest of the British talent is on tour with us, and we're probably going to grab the rest of them, I hope, you know, by the end of the tour. But they really have it down so much better than the American wrestlers. They've got the emotion and the look and the charisma and the physicality. And I watched all the British talent wrestle, and my God, it's so much better than what I'm used to seeing. It's amazing.
Some people say us Brits are too like reserved, or you know, aren't quite going to go as out there as the American counterparts, but that's not the case.
Not in the ring. When it comes to being in the ring, the Brits are very outgoing. They get very full of themselves, which is perfect for our business. You have to be not afraid to make a fool of yourself. Believe me, I know.
I want to talk to you about sort of where wrestling's at, because it's, you know, it's changed so much over the years,
Yeah.
mainly because of the Ultimate Fighting that's come on in, I guess, and taken over in its own little sphere. Do you think that has endangered wrestling to a degree, or is there still this room for both?
Well, there's room for both. They're apples and oranges. They're two different things. The Ultimate Fighting and the brand new company Bellator, which has just taken over the MMA world in the States. I don't know if you have it here yet, but Bellator is the new hot commodity. It's kind of like the UFC used to be when it was intense and fast and quick and no rest holds. There's room for both. I think wrestling has changed because there are so many choices in the entertainment world. You have satellite, you've got cable, you got 400 or 500 different channels, and you've got reality TV, and it's just a much bigger universe than when I was wrestling. So wrestling's changed because it has to move faster. It has to keep reinventing itself. And if you and I were to start fighting right now, we'd probably have the match at the end of the show tonight. But 20 years ago, if we started a little war right now, we'd probably be on a pay-per-view a year from now. So for wrestling to stay in the mix, it has to move quicker. And the storylines have to develop quicker. So it's the nature of the beast just to survive. And that's the major change I've seen.
And is it what makes it quite nice for you being at TNA and the sort of the role you've got there, is that you are in that position to help it kind of grow and develop these new ideas?
Well, yeah, it really does help, you know, TNA to have myself and a bunch of other guys that, you know this business pretty well. But speaking for myself, you know, I've been the one guy who's been in the main event position for 30 years. Some guys will be wrestlers, and then the Stone Cold or the Rock, or different guys will have 4 or 5 main event years and then do different things. But I kind of like have been there so long, I kind of like am trying to pass on the shortcuts or the tricks that I know, or if you call it wisdom, that I have to get there and stay there and to create the emotion and the drama and the excitement and get people on the edge of their seats crying and cheering. So there's an art form, you know, and it's a calculated series of steps, you know, to get to a position when you hook somebody, not to lose them, you know. So it's all the above. And so it's fun being there and fun to be in this position, especially when there's so much raw talent there that just might need just a little kick in the butt, you know?